We fight like hell, and if you don't fight like hell, you're not going to have a country anymore.
Fight for Trump! Fight for Trump! Fight for Trump! Fight for Trump! Fight for Trump!
We'll pause.
Protesters are in the building.
Thank you.
They broke the glass. Everybody stay down. Get down.
This is America, and this is what's happening right now. The president needs to call it off.
It's only a matter of time. Justice is coming.
Hello everyone, it's Liebeline back to you with another video. This video is an update pertaining to the 1-6 committee's final hearing as they voted unanimously to adapt its final report, which includes criminal referrals to the twice impeached, one-term grifter, loser, Donald Trump. Now, before I get into the details, I would like to acknowledge the families of Brian Sicknick, who unfortunately lost his life while protecting the Capitol, in addition to the 4 officers who unfortunately took their lives months following the 1-6 attack. They include Officer Gunther, Hashida, Howard Liebengood, Kyle DeFreytag, and Jeffery Smith. I will leave in the comments and description below for hotlines and organizations that will help persons who may need a listening ear. In addition, at least 140 officers were injured during the 1-6 attack. As it pertains to the 1-6 findings, they have criminally referred the twice impeached, one-term grifter, loser Donald Trump to the DOJ on 4 violations, which include obstruction of an official proceeding, conspiracy to defrauding the United States, conspiracy to making false statements, and to incite, assist, or aid or comfort an insurrection. Other criminal referrals include John Eastman, Mark Meadows, and Rudy Giuliani. In addition, 4 Republicans were referred to the House Ethics Committee, which include Kevin McCarthy, Jim Jordan, Andy Biggs, and Scott Perry. Now you will watch this brief introduction by Chairperson and Representative from Mississippi, Beanie Thompson, and I will be back with more commentary.
And may God bless the United States of America. To cast a vote in the United States is an act of faith and hope. When we drop that ballot in the ballot box, we expect the people named on the ballot are going to uphold their end of the deal. The winner swears an oath and upholds it. Those who come up short ultimately accept the results and abide by the rule of law. That faith in our system is the foundation of American democracy. If the faith is broken, so is our democracy. Donald Trump broke that faith. He lost the 2020 election and knew it. But he chose to try to stay in office through a multi-part scheme to overturn the results and block the transfer of power. In the end, he summoned a mob to Washington, and knowingly they were armed and angry, pointed them to the Capitol and told them to fight like hell. There's no doubt about this. But as the country, we remain in strange and uncharted waters. We've never had a president of the United States stir up a violent attempt to block the transfer of power. I believe nearly 2 years later, this is still a time of reflection and reckoning. If we are to survive as a nation of laws and democracy, this can never happen again. How do we stop it? There's one factor I believe is most important in preventing another January 6th, accountability. So today, beyond our findings, we will also show that evidence we've gathered points to further action beyond the power of this committee or the Congress to help ensure accountability under law. Accountability that can only be found in the criminal justice system. We have every confidence that the work of this committee will help provide a roadmap to justice, and that the agencies and institutions responsible for ensuring justice under the law will use the information we've provided to aid in their work. And for those of you who have followed this committee's work, I hope we've helped make clear that there's a broader kind of accountability. Accountability to all of you, the American people. The future of our democracy rests in your hands. It's up to the people of this country to decide who deserves the public trust, who will put fidelity to the Constitution and democracy above all else, who will abide by the rule of law, no matter the outcome.
Once again, no one is above the law, and persons who took an oath to protecting the Constitution conspired prior, during, and after the 1/6 attack for personal political gain, even if it meant destroying our country, for the twice impeached, one-term grifter, loser, Donald Trump. It is unfortunate that persons were so blind to power that they would turn on their fellow Americans who were simply doing their job. Lady Ruby and her daughter Shay Moss did not ask to be attacked viciously by the twice impeached one-term grifter Donald Trump and his cult followers because they were simply doing their job. The people chose to vote you out. The people came out in record numbers, voting by mail, voting early, and voting in person. And we are still dealing with the domino effects of 1/6 because of the twice impeached, one-term grifter loser, Donald Trump, and his associates who are sitting Congress members, attorneys, SCOTUS's spouses, etc., etc. Now you will watch this compilation of the 1/6 committee's findings, and I will be back with my final commentary.
It's a tape earlier in the day of Ruby Freeman and Shay Freeman Moss and one other gentleman quite obviously surreptitiously passing around USB ports as if they're vials of heroin or cocaine.
In one of the videos we just watched, Mr. Giuliani accused you and your mother of passing some sort of USB drive to each other. What was your mom actually handing you on that video?
A ginger mint. Do you know how it feels to have the President of the United States to target you? The President of the United States is supposed to represent every American, not to target one.
We got derogatory information from OSINT suggesting that some very, very violent individuals were organizing to come to D.C.
As Mr. Giuliani and I were walking to his vehicles that evening, he looked at me and said something to the effect of, "Cass, are you excited for the 6th? It's going to be a great day." I remember looking at him saying, Rudy, could you explain what's happening on the 6th? He had responded something to the effect of, we're going to the Capitol. It's going to be great. The president's going to be there. He's going to look powerful.
We were invited by the President of the United States! We lost the line! We lost the line! Anthony, get back!
Within 15 minutes of leaving the stage, President Trump knew that the Capitol was besieged and under attack.
So are you aware of any phone call by the President of the United States to the Secretary of Defense that day?
Not that I'm aware of, no.
Are you aware of any phone call by the President of the United States to the Attorney General of the United States that day?
No.
Are you aware of any phone call by the President of the United States to the Secretary of Homeland Security that day?
I'm not aware of that, no.
Did you ever hear the the President
No.
ask for the National Guard? Did you ever hear the President ask for law enforcement response?
No.
We got an assault going on the Capitol of the United States of America. And it's nothing. No call, nothing, zero.
I remember Pat saying something to the effect of, Mark, we need to do something more. They're literally calling for the vice president to be effing hung. And Mark had responded something to the effect of, you heard him, Pat. He thinks Mike deserves it. He doesn't think they're doing anything wrong.
You on the staff did not want people to leave the Capitol.
On the staff?
In the White House.
I can't think of anybody, on that day who didn't want people to get out of the Capitol once particularly once the violence started. No. I mean,
What about the president?
Yeah.
well, she said the staff. So I answered.
No, I said in the White House.
Oh, I'm sorry. I apologize. I thought you said who else on the staff. I can't reveal communications, but obviously I think,
I said, good, John. Now I'm going to give you the best free legal advice you're ever getting in your life. Get a great effing criminal defense lawyer. You're going to need it.
General Flynn, do you believe in the peaceful transition of power in the United States of America?
Yes, sir. Another officer unconscious. The turret. What turret?
I don't want to say the election's over. I just want to say Congress has certified.
The word of the day is accountability. And if we as Americans do not hold these persons who have previously held offices from the federal to local levels, we will find ourselves in a worse position than we did on 1/6/21. We currently have persons conspiring to overthrowing the government of the United States of America. We were all witnesses to sitting Congress members and a former POTUS who was willing to overthrow the government due to his ego. Lives were taken, not only on that day, but months following. This is not a drill. This is real. I thank you for watching. Please be safe out here, and I will see you in the next video.